The rainiest summer on record has seen yet more storms. A thunderstorm and torrential rain last night flooded streets in Split, knocking out streetlights. And over 100 litres of rain per square metre fell in the wider Šibenik area, flooding over 100 homes. Meanwhile, in the interior, locals and firefighters in the village of Letovanic have been struggling to stop overflow from a neglected fish pond. At this morning's cabinet session, the government adopted a proposed industrial strategy up until the year 2020, which aims to create over 85,000 new jobs and reach a 30% increase in exports. Finance Minister Boris Lalovac also presented his report on the country's finances, saying that in the first half of this year, income from VAT had dropped by 6.8%. However, the situation improved in August, the first month in which income had been bigger than expenditure, mainly thanks to tourism. An arbitration process initiated by Hungarian oil group MOL has commenced at the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes in Washington. MOL, the biggest shareholder in Croatia's INA, is complaining that the Croatian government has failed to divest INA's gas business, as was agreed in a deal brokered by former Croatian Prime Minister Ivo Sanader. Sanader has since been convicted for bribe-taking. The European Commission has announced that it will suspend 125 million euros of aid earmarked for fruit and vegetable producers hit by the economic sanctions against Russia due to unproportionately high claims made by Poland. However, it has said that a new aid mechanism will be introduced in the next few days to stabilize the market. Archaeologists exploring a Neolithic settlement close to the eastern town of Vinkovci have found burial sites dating back between 4,000 and 5,000 years BC. The two graves of adults and the grave of a small child belong to the Sopot culture, and the remains will now be sent for analysis. The unearthed burial objects will later be put on display at the Vinkovci City Museum. In sports, the winner of the US Open, Croatia's Marin Cilic, has arrived in Amsterdam, where he has met up with the country's Davis Cup team, who are preparing to take on the Netherlands. It is still uncertain whether Cilic, who is resting after his US triumph, will already play tomorrow. Meanwhile, in ice hockey, Zagreb's Medveščak have seen their fourth defeat in a row and their worst performance ever in the Continental Hockey League, losing 6-0 to Metalurg in Russia. They next take on Russian side Severstal in their first home match on September the 14th. The weather forecast: cloudy with rainfall, especially heavy in mountainous areas and Dalmatia. Winds on the Adriatic, a moderate to strong border in the north, a Yugo and southwesterly in the south. Temperatures between 14 and 18 degrees Celsius in central Croatia, 19 to 24 degrees elsewhere. The next few days will see similar conditions, with intermittent rain, especially in the mountains. Longer periods without rainfall are expected tomorrow afternoon and on Saturday. Changeable on the coast, with further heavy rainfall expected tomorrow in Dalmatia, ceasing on Sunday.